Okay, I admit it. I am jumping on a bandwagon here. I've been hearing rumors about this story for about 4 days, and I'm jumping on it, okay? I'm jumping on it. I don't know how many of you know who Critical K is. She was once friends with the Watts family. She was once good friends with Cindy Watts. That relationship went sour. She said a lot of nasty things about Shan'ann. I don't even want to repeat some of the things that she said about Shan'ann, but I tell you what, I've got all of the audio recordings and the footage of her trashing Shan'ann. And if I put them all together and upload them, some of you might be shocked at some of the things that she says. I mean, she really said some nasty things about Shan'ann. Obviously, later, if you know anything about Critical K, she changed her mind and realized that Chris Watts was guilty. But anyway, let's move on. She is being sued, apparently being sued for 10 million by the mother of Christian Andriaco. If you don't know anything about the Christian Andriaco case, I've actually only watched one episode on his case. And there's a dispute as to whether he either killed himself or he was murdered by his girlfriend and I think her boyfriend. And Kay has said a lot of, made a lot of defaming comments against Christian Andriaco and his mother. And obviously the mother was not pleased about it and has decided to file a $10 million lawsuit against Critical K. Has Critical K gone too far? I think Critical K has been going too far with her defamation, her horrifying comments, her hypocrisy, her racist comments as well, for a long, long time. I think she's been defaming victims and getting away with it for a very long time. Having said that, she is a very good speaker. She's very engaging. She's interesting. She's intelligent. She knows how to play the YouTube game. She knows how to gather an audience. She's got a good speaking voice. So even though I am not a fan of her rhetoric, and I'm not a particular fan of her comments and the way she defames dead people, I do think that there is a lot of talent. She has talent. There is no question about it. But I think Critical K should have been cancelled by YouTube a long time ago for the really degrading, demeaning, nasty, vicious comments that she's made about people, particularly Shan'ann. And I don't know if this lawsuit's going to work out, but I hope she does get sued. And I hope she's in big trouble because I think that she goes too far. And I think the reason why she goes too far and she's so extreme is to build the audience. I mean, being on the middle ground doesn't get you an audience. Being controversial and being extreme is what gets you an audience. And she knows that. She knows how to play the YouTube game. Like I said, I have a lot of footage of her saying the most nasty, degrading, devaluing things about Shan'ann, stuff that would just make your skin crawl. And I'm sure some of you have already heard it. Some of you have not. Some of you might be interested. Some of you are not interested. That's fine. We all have our interests. But she's gone too far for too long. YouTube should not allow somebody like that to get away with making such nasty, abusive comments, particularly against people who have been brutally murdered. Now, I just looked at her channel, and like I said, I'm jumping on a bandwagon. And interestingly enough, a lot of her videos on Christian Andriaco have disappeared. I wonder why. And her last post is dragging this Chris Watts 35C matter out. Like, duh. We all know that Chris Watts is never being released. I think a lot of creators, they will go back to that case to get back their audience, to recapture a new audience or to lure their audiences in. I mean, I will never stop talking about the Watts case, but I just find it very interesting that her videos on Christian and Giaco have suddenly disappeared, or a lot of them have. But yeah, like I said, Critical K has gone too far, and she's been going too far for too long. Just, I think she's a narcissist, and I think she is a hypocrite. And I think that, like I said, she knows how to play the YouTube game, but she's one of these people who, 1 minute she's calling someone a con artist, and the next minute she's saying, come on my show and battle it out with me. Let's have a conversation. She's like a two-faced person. Like, it's whatever is going to put money in her pocket, whatever is going to get her the views, whatever is going to get her the audience. She doesn't seem to have a moral compass. And there's a lot of hypocrisy in the true crime community on YouTube. And the true crime community comprises of 90% women. I mean, yes, there's quite a few men doing the Watts case, but the audience for true crime on YouTube, in the world, in fact, is a mainly female audience. I mean, that's just the case, because a lot of true crime victims are female, and that's the reason. And there is I'm going to do a podcast one day on the hypocrisy in the true crime community amongst females. That's going to be a separate podcast. But Critical K has been defaming victims for too long and getting away with it for too long. So let's watch this space. Let's see what's going to happen with this lawsuit, because anyone can say, I'm going to sue you. I mean, a lot of people say that on YouTube. Oh, I'm going to sue you, and I'm going to sue you. You said that about me. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. Actually bringing a lawsuit against someone is very much harder to do than actually saying it. However, I think Critical K, she's just been going too far for too long. She's gotten away with just bashing deceased victims. And I think it's absolutely wrong to do that, what she's been doing.